Alright, good morning. Good morning, IS players. I'm tired, I just woke up. But, let's commentate through this run. So, it's Guldul. I have 2 kings and a bit of damage. More specifically, 3 stacks of round stone, so that's 15% external attack. And then I also have Black Tulip, which... Black Tulip. It's 60% internal maximum. It's not that significant, but it does help out a bit. Guldul is kind of like the main thing here. It's generally a nerf to this stage, but technically it is kind of a buff because middle lane, the things, what are they called? Holy automatons in middle lane, they're like less likely to explode because they have 3000 initial defense. And I have Fog Machine, so I'm able to open fairly easily. Well, very easily. And then I also declared a Pillage, so that's 25% external attack in total. Alright, let's play. Don't mind the squirrel, it didn't actually help out that much. And also I have a ton of survival. And that's good, but it's not really that necessary. I mean, my Ho does nearly die once, but that was kind of a misplay overall. So we do the standard start for Fog Machine here, which is Surfer into Fog Machine into Silver Ash, and then Silver Ash skill 3, and then May. So the deployments, like the deployment order is very important, but the deployment spots are also very important. You really should place the Fog Machine there, I think. That's what I think is the most optimal fog machine placement, because it's slow. It maximizes the slow for all 3. This is Guldul, so opening is a bit difficult, but it's fine, I suppose. If you have enough damage, you can just overpower the Guldul by having a lot of hit count, and that's why we don't immediately retreat Surfer. We need to keep Surfer on the field for the hit count. And then Silver Ash also deals 2 hit count in 1 hit because he has a physical instance and an arts instant of damage. Now we deploy Monster and Ho to lane hold. Deploy Monster's Reconstruction to charge a skill. It's not really necessary. I think I shouldn't have retreated it there. You probably should have just kept it there. Because top lane doesn't need healing. And now is the important bit of the strategy. We have to lower Canot's HP at the very top left to phase him to 75%. So he spawns the chests once. This is because 2 Kings rarely has enough damage to finish off 100% of Canot while he's in the bottom lane at the very end of the stage. There's just simply not enough room, not enough tiles to do that. He just runs by and then you die. Yep, activate Opiana skill 2 there to take out 2 chests. And then Ho can deal with the last one. It's important to not use Opiana's skill because 1, you don't want to stun Canot. If you stun Canot while he phases, he doesn't spawn the chests, which basically means you've lost the run. And you also need to save Opiana's skill for the chests, because the chests hit really hard and you need to finish them off quickly, you need to stun them, and you need Opiana's big HP. And for top lane lane holding, we just have standard Silver Ash, May, Armia. Nothing special about that. Just make sure that if you have too much damage, don't deploy May, because she's gonna explode the holy automatons. And then that's why I said the reconstruction, it should not have been redeployed. I should have also activated Hold skill 2 here and just ate the necrosis. Yeah, Ho nearly died there. That was not a good play. And top lane, Armia, be diligent. Don't forget her skill. Usually, it depends on the kind of damage you have, but you can either use Armia plus any blocker, just like any generic blocker, to solve the first wave of cards, or you can just straight up Opianus it. I like Opianus. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't deploy Opianus initially. That Armia skill is kind of like annoying because it deals too much damage to middle lane, and then I also kind of wanted to save it for Cannot because, like, I knew this squad can do, like, can finish off Cannot's remaining 75% on bottom, but I still wanted some leeway. It's generally fine to let a Necrosis burst on bottom lane. Ho doesn't need his skill. Doesn't really need his skill, but you just want to make sure that the Necrosis isn't there when the Sarkaz Maze Returners come. The Sarkaz Maze Returner variant is the easier variant. The harder variant is when bottom lane has cars swapped instead of the Maze Returners. And to finish off top lane, you want a cheap blocker because Silver Ash doesn't usually have enough damage, but you just use Silver Ash skill 3. Yeah, that's about it. You want to make sure that when the last car is defeated, it isn't being blocked, because this car spawns 3 like basic enemies when it like dies when it's blocked. So just retreat your blocker in advance for that. Tachanka, I didn't actually really use him in this stage. You could also use him to hold top lane, but you don't always get to draft him, so that's why I didn't showcase him. And now you're kind of just waiting to redeploy stuff for bottom lane. Just be careful that your Ho doesn't explode because this is Guldul. Guldul is just generally annoying because it means your crushers are less capable of handling the trash mobs. But it's generally fine because Ho is broken. And now we just finish off Cannot. Usually you should calculate if you have enough damage for this. I just, based on my experience, I know I have enough damage for this. Remember to switch off Ho's skill 2 when he's about to phase, so you don't obviously stun him, because if you stun him while he spawns money chests, you lose on the spot, like actually on the spot. It's very important to get every chest in Shop Rob. Anyways, after he's spawned all of his money chests, you can stun him. So you can pop Ho skill, you can pop Opiana skill. And I got a bit worried here, but it's fine. We have enough damage. Yep, there he goes. Right, mission accomplished. That's also leakless, by the way. So this is the general Guldul strat for it. For other negative relics, you typically would have a Ho pointing up, just so you don't explode the Holy Automatons. And it would be slightly easier to open. With Yalish, you have to use Silver Ash skill 1. You must use Silver Ash skill 1. There is no alternative. You must use Silver Ash skill 1, even if it is just slightly worse. What else? What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, Ho should not have taken that much damage. He should not be nearly dead when the goons came near him, because I misplayed, I guess. I should have pinged the trash mobs a little more, so that Ho doesn't, or I should have just immediately activated Ho's skill 2 to stun them to deal more DPH. What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's really good to have E2 Mei for this Shop Rob, because E2 Mei with King's Lance can perma-slow, and perma-slowing Cannot is obviously useful when he dashes. And Ethan is, and you generally just need a Stolar for Cannot. It could be Indigo, it could be Ethan, it could be Mei. Those are basically the only 3 Stolars you'll ever need to use. Chobai is bad, don't bother with her. Yes, Chobai is actually bad. Anyways.